Merry meet everybody, it's Poe, your Friday hostess, and you're watching Witches of the Moon. This week on the channel we are discussing making versus buying our own tools. The reason I actually have a good reason I'm showing you my altar this week. With relation to making your own tools, I thought this was a great example of this. Normally, people buy tables, altars, that sort of thing, or convert normal tables or dressers into altars. That's a great example of kind of making your own. But I'm going to show you what I did. So you see my altar. This is right at kneeling level. So just plain old altar here. Sorry for the shakes. But yeah, this is my altar, and I actually made this altar. It's not a table. I made it out of, and I will show you here. I made it out of crates, like milk crates. I'll kind of pull this up here. Okay, so I made it out of milk crates. See the milk crates there? And then the top is glass, and I have a shelf that's glass. I thought this was a perfect example of making your own tools. I customized this myself. I didn't drill anything, I just put it together. I didn't have to use any screws or anything crazy like that, but I just put it together and it works quite nicely. And you can see I have plenty of room underneath, and then under here I have all of my items. But this is where I store the extra stuff, and in the milk crates as well, there's storage. There's candles on the bottom, there's books under there, baggies and all kinds of stuff for, like, you know, charm bags, that sort of thing, and boxes, little boxes as well. And then I have paint tools and that sort of thing under here. And then of course my extra candles and things under there, and tarot cards and all of my herbs and oils and such. But I thought this was a really perfect example of making your own tool versus buying it, because this did not cost me anything. Making this altar was extremely simple. One day I wanted to put an altar back here, and I had extra egg crates and glass shelving from an old hutch that we used to have in our dining room, and I put it together. And it's really great because, like I said, there's plenty of storage room, lots of area under there for extra supplies and that sort of thing. But then you look at it, and it looks like a table, it looks like an altar table. So anyway, I thought this was kind of a perfect example of making versus buying an item or tool. I tend to lean towards that more, making them versus buying them. Don't get me wrong, I do buy a lot of my tools, but I really get more out of the experience when I make my own tools, and I feel like it infuses my energy with those tools when I make them myself. So I am a huge fan of thrifting and being frugal, and so making versus buying making them is way, way, way more up my alley than actually buying the items. So anyway, this is my video. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and many blessings.